Okay, once again, good morning and Tashidelek, and I welcome you to the last session of today, where I'll be talking about the last and the final type of expository writing, and that is the problem and solution. Yes, so this is the last type of expository writing. In my previous session, I talked about the cause and effect, and this session we are going to do the problem and solution. Again, this is a type of a writing. From the title itself, we have a problem and we have a solution. Okay, yes, all the problems, they have got some which is solution. Okay, yes, we all have, everybody is not free from problems. Okay, yes, some people they run out of solution. Okay, so that's why they resort to so many what you say unwanted things, and some people, they were wise enough. Okay, they try to find the solution and then they just would you come out of their problem. Okay, yes, so there is, this one is also related to all life. Okay, just like the compare and contrast and the cause and effect and problem solution, it's also a very important skill that helps in our own life. Okay, yes, everybody has a problem. Now here, which is, I remember one important text from over Nalanda, which is a guru. Okay, you can say Shantideva, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not wrong. Okay, yes, Bodhisattva's way of life. Okay, yes, it's a very, what do you say, interesting and very informative line. Okay, yes, it says, if a problem has a solution, there is no need to worry. Okay, yes, you can see. And if a problem does not have any solution, what is the use of worrying? Okay, yes. So this is very much related to the topic that I'm discussing right now. So this is the thing that you have to keep in mind. So in just what it is saying is, there is no need for you to worry. Okay, when you have some problem. Okay, yes, if there is a solution, then what's the use of worrying? If the problem does not have any solution, no matter what you do, it will not have. So basically, there is no need for you to worry. Okay, so that is what Shantideva, which is was saying. Okay, it's very true to this present day. Okay, yes. Now let us look at the slides. Okay, yes, problem solution. So what type of writing is this? Problem solution writing is a type of writing which starts with a problem. So there is a, first you are given a problem, and then in the following sentences, it proposes, it comes out, it gives out so many solutions. Okay, so this type of writing is which are a problem solution. So if you look at all these different type of writing, every what you're writing is different in some way. Okay, so here we are talking about the problem, and they come up with some solution. Okay, yes, so that is the thing. Now, again, problem solution, this is a type of writing, as I've already mentioned. Okay, the thing that I've been talking all the time, whenever we have got writing, we have to follow the structure. Okay, so structure is some of our body, okay, on which we make our sentences. So whether you are writing a paragraph or an essay, so these are the things that you have to keep in mind. You should have introduction, you should have body, and then a conclusion. Okay, yes. Now, talking about problem and solution. Okay, yes. First of all, you just think about a problem. Okay, yes. You think about a problem and try to brainstorm. So in the pre-writing stage, you know, so you have got one problem, and then you just try to find a different kind of solution. Okay, yes. So that, for example, pollution. Okay, if the problem is pollution, because of pollution, so many things occur. So there is a big problem nowadays. Okay, yes. Now you just try to find the different types of solutions. Okay, by using a brainstorm. Okay, this is a strategy. Okay, yes. So that is the thing that you have to keep in mind. So problem solution, it's not a big tough kind of writing. Okay, so from the name itself, it's very easy. I'm sure you have come across such writing, and you must have done so many writing which come under this problem solution. Okay, yes. So which is a problem solution. So you know, we have been this week we have been focusing more on the screen time. Okay, yes, and the which is the famous PUBG. Okay, yes. So I'm sure your ears might be infested with so many which is things about the PUBG. By now, some of you might have which is given up playing PUBG. Okay, so that's just a wish. Okay, yes. So we have a problem. So what is the problem? Just an example. There are so many problems. Okay, you can talk about. So right now, since we are sticking to that screen time. Okay, yes, the time students spend using their mobile or laptop or tablets and all these things. Okay, yes. So too much which is screen time. So that is a big problem. That is an issue. Okay, yes. So now we have got a problem. So there's no need for us to keep worrying as a parent. Okay, now my children are playing, what should I say, spending lots and lots of time on mobile and gadget, all these things. So what's the use of worrying? Okay, so there will be so many solutions. Okay, yes. So we got the problem. Now we are going to try to find the, which is a solution. And I've already given you example this morning. Okay, yes, I highly recommend you to go and watch this video, okay, posted by Manjushri Educational Services. Okay, this will be very helpful for you. Okay, you just check yourself. Okay, how much time you are spending watching all these things, and what are the 7 positive ways you can manage. Okay, this will be for the parents. Okay, yes, I told you whenever you write something, you should know your audience. Now, this is what should I say, a talk which is based, which is specifically meant for the parents. Okay, because it is the parents who are complaining. Now, it is the parents to find a solution. So, if you have not watched this video, this talk series, please do watch this in this Facebook. Okay, so that is the thing. So screen time, if you look at this, if you listen to this, okay, a talk by G. Kesavundila, you will find which is so many ways, okay, whereby you can reduce your own screen time as well as your children's screen time. Okay, yes. Okay, now problem solution. Okay, yes. Now this is again a piece of writing. So whenever we have piece of writing, we have to follow all the writing process. The first one is pre-writing, and in the pre-writing there are so many strategies used. Okay, yes. And now in this problem solution, this is a simple strategy that you can use. Okay, yes. You see 2 blocks. There are different way of representing your ideas. Okay, you know. So these are graphic organizer where you represent your ideas. So on one side we have got the problem, you identify what is the problem, and on the other side you just try to brainstorm, you just try to collect as many ideas as you can, the ideas which come as a solution. Okay, so now here for example, we have just talked about the too much screen time. Now do you think this is a big problem? Okay, too much. If the students spend too much, which is time on screen, there will be so many repercussions. There will be so many effects. Okay, the result, not a good result, but bad result, which we have already done in the previous session when we are talking about the cause and the effect. Okay, yes, there are so many effects. Now, because of so many bad results, now this poses a problem. Okay, yes, for the parents as well as for the children. Okay, yes. Now, what are the solutions? Okay, let us try to come out with so many solutions. For example, outdoor activities. Do you think this is, which is one solution in order to get away from that with the screen time? Yeah, instead of spending so much time, which is fiddling through the computer or the mobile, we can also arrange so many outdoor activities. Okay, thereby you can divert your attention towards some more healthy activities rather than just staying there and doing a sedentary work like this. Okay, so that may be a solution. The second one, okay, setting example. So that is one of the best one. Okay, the parents, instead of telling the student not to, fiddle on the computer or mobile like this, why don't they set their own example, just like a good role model. Okay, yes. So action speaks louder than words, like this. Instead of telling the student not to do this and that like this, so you just try to be a role model. First of all, that change starts from yourself. Why don't you reduce your own screen time so that you send a very strong message to your children, okay? And they will also reduce their screen time, okay? Yes. So there is a, what should I say, action and reaction. The third one, setting a time, okay? So it's a 21st century, okay? Everybody will be on gadget. There are so many things that we can, what should I say, do from the gadgets by using gadget, okay? So it is not possible if I, what should I tell my student to stay away from the mobile for good, okay? That is impossible, okay? So what is the next solution? The next solution is setting some particular time for, what should I say, mobile usage or television or iPad or all these things, okay? So you just set some limit, okay? Then this will be a good, so that you can also maintain a screen time, okay? Yes. And what will be the other solution? We have got reading hobby, okay? Yes, just Ketenchula is already mentioned in the previous, okay? So reading is very important as a student. So right now, those who are watching this session, okay, probably they are all students, okay, the lower student. So it's very important for you to develop, what should I say, a habit of reading. That is one of the best, what should I say, hobbies, okay, not just playing the PUBG. It's important for you to read, okay, books. There are different types of books. And what should I say, in the Manjushri Educational Service, there are some videos, okay, which will tell you how to select a good, what should I say, books, okay. Now there are so many things you can, what should I say, watch instead of playing PUBG, okay. There are very informational videos, the videos on different topics, okay. Within few 5, 6, 7 minutes, you can learn so many things, okay. Now this will, which will help you in the long run, okay. Yes. Now let us come back to the points. Okay, we have done with the reading, which is a hobby. You just develop this reading hobby. And then for the parents, it's important for, as a parent, it's important for us to create some kind of a good family time where everybody will be, which is staying away from mobile, which is say, or other gadgets for the time being, so that everybody can devote their time for the welfare of the family. Now, these are some of the solutions. I'm not saying that these are the last and the final. There are so many. So what do? You just first find one problem, and you just try to solve, what you find the different types of solution. Okay, this is just like a brainstorming. This is the pre-writing stage. Okay, you will be surprised to see so many solutions coming. Okay, now you have got so many solutions. Now it's easy for you to select. Okay, at least not 2, not 4, just the best 3 solution on which you can, which you write in long. Okay, yes. So this is the, what should I say, the process, okay, writing process, pre-writing when we are writing a problem solution. Okay, yes. Now, since we are clear about this, the pre-writing stage where you gather, and then you just start writing the first draft, and after writing the first draft, okay, you can do the revising, and then you can do the editing, and finally you have the publishing. Okay, so I'm not going to do all these things in detail. What should I say? I'm going to give you one sample. Okay, yes. Let us look at this. Okay, problem, solution, example. Okay, I'm sorry to say that I have forgotten to use the indent. Okay, now there's so many things you can do in the editing. So since I'm not doing all these things, the processes, just for the sake of time, this is just an example. Now there are so many things you can do in the editing as well as revising. So please keep this in mind. Okay, yes. So problem, okay, we have already, which is found the problem. The problem everybody was saying was the too much screen time for the kids. Okay, yes. So let us try to go through this. Okay, too much screen time for kids is a big problem which results in loss of eyesight, disruption of sleep patterns, and loss of social interaction among children. Okay, so if you look at the first, what should I say, few sentences. But remember that this is a paragraph. I'm not talking about the essay. If I am writing an essay, then the first paragraph will be about the introduction, where just Ketenchula has already mentioned that in the introduction you will use a very beautiful hook. Okay, yes, the hook that Ketenchula used last time, okay, was do you play PUBG? Okay, yes. And then you can also use, don't you think that, do you think which is screen time for the kids should be reduced? Okay, is it important for the kids to reduce their own screen time? Now, these are the things. These are just a hook. Okay, you can come up with different, which is types of sentences. Okay, yes. So too much screen time for the kids, it's a big problem. Okay, I cannot say just a big problem without any reason. Okay, it's a big problem because it has which resulted in so many bad things. Okay, why do you think this is a big problem? So in the next, I have just which is explain why that is a problem. Why this is something that is of concern for everybody. Why? Because it results in the loss of eyesight. It results in the disruption of sleep pattern, which is very important. It gets disturbed because of this too much screen time. Last but not least, okay, the loss of social interaction among the children. Children, they are in the stage where they need to develop so many social skills. So instead of developing all these social skills by interacting with the peers, by interacting with the seniors, by elders like this, they spend their time alone and fiddling with the mobile phone. So that is not good. Okay, now these are the effects, and these effects are not positive. These effects are very bad, negative, which will have a very negative influence in the children in the long run. So that is why I'm concerned. That is why it poses a problem. Okay, so what we have to do in the following, now since this is a problem, there are so many solutions also. Okay, so we have already done the brainstorming of the solution. Now let us try to see what are some of the solutions that I have been discussing here. Okay, yes. Now I want you to go through the paragraph again. Okay, although it is a big problem, okay, yes, yet there are so many solutions parents can work on. Now you see the what is my audience? Who is my audience? My audience is the parents. Okay, yes. So when I have this audience in my mind, then whatever I write, it should all talk about parents, what the parents can do. Obviously, there are so many things children can do, but in that small piece of writing, my reader is parents. Okay, so let us see. Okay. First of all, children should be provided with so many outdoor activities so that they will have one more option. Okay, so with the parents, instead of complaining all the time, they can also do like this. So why don't they arrange some outdoor activities? For that, they need to spend time with their children. Okay, yes, so that is very important. So if you provide this kind of more outdoor activities, and then children, obviously, they will have one more option. Instead of relying solely on the mobiles, they can also have so many outdoor activities. Now, there's a wide variety of outdoor activities that the parents can, okay, arrange. Okay, yes. So another solution, so you see another solution, that was the first one. Another solution can be telling children about harmful effects of too much screen time. Okay, yes. So instead of telling the student not to spend much time on the mobile like this, why don't parents do some kind of small research or a small homework and try to gather so many information, okay, through which they will be able to make the student, make the children aware of the harmful effects. Okay, yes. So you not just tell, but you just try to justify your, what should I say, point by giving some which are important data or some specific research work, how that which are too much screen time will affect you in the long run. Okay, yes. So that is the second solution. Okay, now let us see. Which is the last and perhaps the best solution. Okay, maybe the best solution. Okay, from my point of view. Okay, the best solution is the parents can set a good example by staying away from the screen as much as possible. Okay, yes, the best thing the parent can do is, rather than telling them to not to do that, it's important for them to be a good role model in front of their parents. In front of your children, because children, they are always watching you. Even if the children are not listening, that is what we have been complaining all the time. Even that is the thing that I do as a parent. My children are not listening to my dear. So instead of blaming all these things, okay, it's better, why don't you start becoming a good role model? Okay, so before you tell the children not to play, not to fiddle with a computer or what should I say, mobile phone, so you just first try to reduce your screen time, and then automatically it will send a strong message. Okay, as I've already told you, action speaks louder than the words. Okay, yes. So that is the point, I think, which is more suitable, okay, for the parents. You just set a good example. You start reducing your screen time so that the children will imitate you. Children will copy you, and they will also reduce the screen time. Okay, now these are some of the solutions. So these are not the best and the final. There are so many things. Okay, this is just an example. So let us talk about the conclusion. Okay, yes. So with this, it will send a good message for the children to reduce their screen time. In conclusion, these are few solutions for the above problems. So about it, there is some mistake. I told you this is not a final, so there are so many things that you can do. Okay, we tend to make so many mistakes. So I beg, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. Now, if you look at this, this is just a simple example of how you can write a problem solution. Even if in that small piece of writing, although it is not an essay, you will know that I have just kept the structure intact. Okay, we have got the introduction. Okay, too much screen time for screen. It's a big problem which results in the loss of eyesight, disruption of sleep pattern, and loss of interaction among children. Okay, yes. So it's supposed to be introduction. Okay, yes. And there is also the topic sentence. Okay. Although it is a big problem, there are many solutions. So in this, I try to explain. This is the body part. Okay, where I explain all the solution. Okay. Here I have mentioned the 3 solutions. And finally, we have the conclusion. Okay. In conclusion, these are few solutions for the above problem. So it is not about, this is above problem. Okay, yes. So this is the example of problem and solution writing. Okay, yes. Now, what should I say? I was also telling you about the words which indicate, that is signal words. Okay, yes. So you should also be familiar with the signal words or the transitional words. These are very important. Now, in this small piece of writing, I just want you to identify, okay, try to identify some of the signal words, the words which works as a signal, which just give you some kind of, idea what this paragraph is all about. Okay, how the points follow one by one like this. Okay, yes. So can you identify some of the signal words that I've used here? Okay, so if you have, then let us try to say. Okay, yes. Too much screen time for the kids is a big problem. Okay, yes. So this is an introduction. Okay, first of all, and then we have another, we have got also, okay, and then we have last like this. And then I have just given you a problem in the first sentence, okay, big problem. And then after that, I have just started telling you some of the solutions. Okay, so this is how a problem solution paragraph looks like. And this is a paragraph. Okay, now it's easy for you, okay, yes, for the senior students to change that into, essay. Okay, yes, you write one paragraph about the problem and the solution Okay, and then in the body part, instead of which we say writing 1, 2 sentences, for example, first of all, children should be provided with so many outdoor activities so that they will have more option. So this is just a simple sentence. Okay, now you can make that sentence a full-fledged paragraph. Okay, so first of all, children should be provided with so many outdoor activities. Now here you can give an example, all these things, and then it becomes a another paragraph. So another solution can be telling children about the harmful effects of screen time. Okay, now this is one line. Okay, now you can change that into paragraph. Okay, yes. So solution can be telling children about the harmful effect of too much screen time. Oh, here you can give example. You can also quote some data or research work like this. And then we have got another which we say paragraph. And which is setting a good example from the parent side, you can write so many lines in this. Okay, so instead of writing one sentence, you can change that into paragraph. Okay, and then finally what we get one paragraph talks about introduction. We have got one paragraph talks about the conclusion, and then we have the three which we see body part. Okay, in this way we maintain the same structure, whether it is a paragraph or whether it is an essay. You got it? So that is the thing. So whenever we write, which we say, we have to keep in mind this, which we say, the hand. Okay, yes, we have got the introduction. Okay, and the last one we have got the conclusion, and you see these fingers, they are the body. Okay, yes, so they are three body. Okay, yes, so this is the thing that you have to keep in mind whenever you do writing. Make sure that you maintain this structure: introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, yes. Now before I end this session, I would like to do a quick recapitulation. Like Ketenchola had already mentioned that I'll be doing a quick recapitulation of my session. Okay, so this whole week we have been talking about the types of writing. Okay, and which we say there are different types of writing. We have done first, if you remember, we have done the narrative writing. And then we have done the descriptive writing. We have done the expository writing. Last but not least, we have done, which we say, narrative, descriptive, expository, and then we have the persuasive. So we have done all these things in detail. These are the different types of writing, which we say type. And my session was on the expository. So in the under expository, again, it will be further subdivided into 4 parts. The first one is sequencing, okay, where you, which we say, arrange your writing in proper order. And the second one is compare and contrast. Third one is cause and effect. And the last one, problem solution. Okay, yes. So this week, as well as the previous week, we have been focusing on writing, because writing is very important. So basically there are different types of writing, but we focus more on these 4: narrative, descriptive, expository, persuasive writing. Okay, and in the expository writing, I talked about all these things. First one is sequencing, order, okay, compare and contrast, compare similarity and differences, cause and effect. Okay, effect is the result. Okay, yes, because every result has some cause. Okay, without any cause, there won't be any result. Okay, so this is this type of writing. And problem solution. Okay, yes, each and every problem has a solution. So there is no need for you to worry. If the problem does not have any solution, even the, what you say, even in that case, there's no need for you to worry, okay, says Shantideva. Okay, yes. Now, these are the 4 types of writing. And whenever there is a writing, you have to keep in mind the writing process. Writing process. And you have to also, what should I say, be familiar with the signal words. Okay, what are the signal words? Why signal words are important? Okay, yes. So basically, we have done all these things. I want you to go through the sessions offline. You can watch all these sessions offline. Okay, and remember, we are here to teach a skill. Okay, as I've told you, skill cannot be acquired within 1 or 2 or 3 days like this. It needs continuous effort from your side. Okay, now by using all these ideas, okay, it's time for you to apply, you practice that, okay. Yes, it takes lots and lots of time for you to improve your writing. Even we are also, practicing all these things, we are also learning, we are also, doing so many types of, Googling or internet searching, all these things, okay. So I want you to go through all these things and start writing instead of just listening and jotting all these things. Why don't you try to, start writing of your own, any type of writing? Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this last session, and we will see you in the next, week. And like I have already mentioned you, the topics, we will be disclosing our topic way in ahead, okay, in advance. So today, I'm telling you that our next lesson, our next sessions will be about the different text structure. Now we know how to write, okay, we know how to write different types of, writing types. Now it's important, even if you come across any piece of writing, it's important for you to identify, okay, now this is this type of writing, this is this. Why? Because you see this. This is this type of writing because there are these signal words, and this piece of writing is written in such a way that it comes under this. So it's important for you to understand the text structure. The writer writes, and the writer writes in a different structure, and as a reader, it is important for us to identify what type of text structure did the writer use. Okay, so all these things we will be covering in the next week. So till then, take care and see you next week.